huge problem to solve, which was how do we communicate the story of Bob's Red Mill with a physical structure that invites thousands of people inundated with all sorts of distractions at a trade show. How do we get them into our space and tell them our story, make an impression on them that they will take out that has an impact on our business?
Well, I did like the process because you met me at the trade show and I said we're probably going to go with a bigger booth next year. And you walked me around the show, we took some pictures, and I basically found a design that I thought would work for Bob's Red Mill that was on the show floor. And that's where the ideas and the juices started flowing.
We noticed immediately that people felt welcome to come into the space. Previously, our space had a central element, an exhibit in the middle, but it's all surrounded by salespeople and brokers and distributors, people doing business and talking, and it created a barrier for people who hadn't had experience with Bob's Red Mill before. Having a new layout that had a sampling expo, sampling center, and an open layout with we had a sort of a grand marquee on one end of the booth, and that's where Bob was stationed, so it would pull people in to the booth, and along the way they get to see the elements of our story, our process, the people, our variety, our capabilities globally to serve customers. So watching that happen and hearing feedback later on from people who said, "Wow, your booth is amazing. Like, you guys are really growing." And I didn't have any idea I didn't know that Bob was real. So that's one of our big marketing challenges, is to let people know that the Bob on the package is actually our founder and president who works at the mill every day. So it was just a phenomenal experience to have a booth that's so brilliant and astounding, and the perfect layout, perfect size, and the construction of it. Well, it took several months to put the plan together and build it and decide how we wanted to tell our story visually and with messages on the booth. The process was actually deliberate and iterative, and it was a nice process.
Well, I've known you for a long time. You designed our first trade show booth that was of any large scale years ago, and we're very pleased with your service. The booth itself is beautiful. It achieved everything that we wanted it to achieve, so that's what we liked about it. It's just a beautiful booth. There's no two ways about it. Everybody that came up was impressed. Everybody. I didn't have one negative comment, which is unusual.